Before we get started, can somebody just type in the chat room and let me know if you guys can hear me? Shoot. Kim Krula, I don't see you on my Google Hangouts. Kim Krula, I don't see you on my Google Hangouts. Okay, I see you on YouTube, but not on the live Hangouts. But that's okay. we're gonna wait a few minutes to get started because it's still early. But if you guys have any questions for me, Kim, or Deanna, just go ahead and type those into the chat room, and they're gonna help me monitor and answer any questions. Okay, let me resend you. You know, I'm not seeing anybody on my live Google Hangout, but it's okay because I see you guys on YouTube. So just keep typing into the chat room, and it's great to see everybody. This is very impressive. Thank you all for joining us. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm putting in the link for the Google Hangout, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not seeing anybody on my Hangout. So I'm just gonna have to just keep talking and monitoring the chat room. So keep up all the great conversations. It's nice that you guys are introducing yourselves and getting to meet each other. Hi, Jane and Avis and Kat. Keep up all the great conversations. It's nice that you guys are introducing yourselves and getting to. Oh, perfect. I see you now, Kim. Thank you. Hold on.
Hey there, let me just go ahead and unmute myself and get my stuff together here.
Okay, good. Oh, good. More people to talk to.
All right. All right, Sandra, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I have an echo. Let me go ahead and turn off this computer. Okay. And now I should be able to hear you without an echo.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure in case I needed to answer any questions that might come up.
Okay, great.
You're in the driver's seat for this one.
You guys are still welcome to join us on the live Hangout if you like. And that link is posted. And now I should be able to hear you without an echo.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure in case I needed to answer any questions that might come up.
Okay, great.
You're in the driver's seat for this one.
You guys are still welcome to join us on the live Hangout if you like. And that link is posted. And now I should be able to hear you without an echo. Okay. I'm muting some microphones. Sorry. It's primarily going to be Kimberly and I doing the talking. Thank you for joining us on the Hangout. As you guys join us, if you can help mute your microphones, and I'm helping you out. I'm doing it for some of you, except for Kim. Why are you muted? Did you mute yourself?
I did. I usually do just in case there's any noise around me in the house and things like that. And then I know to unmute myself when I want to talk because I get some feedback too.
Okay.
From my microphone.
No problem. Just jump in whenever you want to.
You got it.
Great. Thank you guys for coming and joining us, especially on the live Hangout. Most people don't want to be seen, so this is great. What time is it? I don't want to start too early because I know people are waiting for this to start on time. So we're going to give everybody a few minutes.
And Sandra, are you good to record this as well?
Yeah, it's actually recording now.
Okay.
It does it automatically.
Great.
Okay, no one can hear me? Can you guys hear us on YouTube? Jane, you don't need to show yourself. That's okay. Can you? I just need somebody to let me know on YouTube. Okay, great. I see you guys. Super. Here, I'm going to keep muting people.
Jane, you don't need.
All right. Good. Very good. Okay, it's 6:30. It's 5:30 my time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I just want to welcome everyone. We are really excited to have you guys in the class. I'm Sandra Gonzalez, and I have Kim with us on the line. So I'm very excited to have her. Most of you have already signed into Moodle, so this orientation is probably going to be pretty short. All right, we're going to cover a few things. We're going to go over the classroom, talk about the Moodle tutorial, as well as the syllabus. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. If I'm talking too fast at any time, just let me know, and I will slow it down. Okay. All right, can everybody see my screen? Is it showing up?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. If you have not logged in, or if you're having trouble logging in, please don't hesitate to reach out to Kim or myself or Deanna, and we will help you with that. When you do log in, I know we've had people having trouble all day, and that's fine. That's totally expected the first day of class. You can't see my screen. Give it a few minutes. There's always a delay between the time I start sharing my screen and the time it picks it up on YouTube. Yeah, it is really small on YouTube. I may end up re-recording this later so I can zoom in on the different. It would be great. Okay. Yeah, here, let me go ahead and try and enlarge my screen. I don't know if it'll help much. And I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. But anyway, when you guys do log into the Moodle classroom, it's going to look like this, and you'll see the actual login on this left-hand side. Once you get to this landing page, this is the home page for all of the courses for IVMF. The easiest way to get to the VWISE course is through your dashboard. The actual login on this left-hand side. Hold on one second. I'm going to keep muting people as you guys come into the room. Okay, it's great to have you guys all on here. Okay, we have a lot of participation in this class, and that's great. When you, once you get to your dashboard, you're only going to see the VWISE Phoenix course, and if you haven't already adjusted your settings, the way to do that is, I'm going to show you here in a minute, but you can set it so that you can see all the new posts, all right? Okay, and that's how I've set mine because I need to be able to monitor who all is coming in. So hopefully you can see this, but once you actually get into our classroom, this is the landing page, and it's really easy to recognize because everything is pink. Before I forget, here is some of the resources that you'll be using even after this course is done, the VWISE website, which you'll probably refer back to as you're getting ready for the conference. You guys have a great 3-day conference ahead of you. I am really jealous. I would love to go, but I actually can't because I have too much work to do. But you guys are in for a great time, okay? So here's the link back to the VWISE website as well as to the IVMF resource library. Go ahead and bookmark this because as you continue your entrepreneurial journey, you'll find a lot of these resources will be very helpful to you. And all of this is free. It was created just for the veteran and military community. Okay, let's go back to the classroom. All of the resources that you need are here, and hopefully most of you have already found these. So, and a lot of these you received through the packet. It was probably a link. But the Moodle tutorial, and that's what we're going to go over first because that'll answer a lot of your questions about the Moodle classroom and how to change things. Okay? All right. So hopefully many of you have had time to go through this. logging on. Again, if you're having any trouble logging on, please reach out to us and we can help you with that. And then,
I'm sorry to jump in. This is Kim.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's showing up on Google Plus, or I'm not sorry, I'm not on Google Plus, on YouTube is actually just the Google Plus icon. Your screen is kind of showing up as a user at the bottom.
Okay.
But it's not projecting your screen out to YouTube.
Okay, let me select my screen. Now, can you guys see that? Is it showing up?
No.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh, there it goes. Whatever you did. Whatever
Okay.
you did, that's it.
I'm not seeing it on on the YouTube channel. Are you guys seeing it?
I am seeing it now on YouTube. What I think folks should do is reload the page at the top. There's that little squiggly arrow. If you reload it, and if your sound cuts out, might be best to refresh the page if you're watching on YouTube, and that'll help out a lot.
Okay, great. Everybody is typing in yes. All right, so just go ahead and refresh that page and you'll be able to see everything that I'm sharing on my screen. Okay, so back to the Moodle tutorial. This Moodle tends to work well with certain types of browsers, and that includes Firefox and Chrome. So if you're not using those and you're having trouble seeing the screen, it's recommended that you use them, okay? Is anybody having any problems with logging in and actually getting access to the course? Okay. Well, if you are, just let me know. A lot of these are technical issues, but anyway, we're going to keep going on because most of you know how to log in. And this is pretty much self-explanatory. When you get to the actual course, let me see if this is showing up yet. Let me go ahead and look at, okay, good, I see it now. When you get to the actual course, you can navigate to the different daily lessons, both on this horizontal toolbar and on the vertical toolbar. Everything is broken down by the syllabus, so everything that you need is located on each daily assignment, okay? I hope this makes sense to you. So if you go to day one and the orientation are kind of on the same page. So if you scroll all the way down to day one, and every day is pretty much set up the same, it'll give you your objectives as well as the reading assignments and the individual assignments. The main thing to remember with the individual assignments is that they are for you. The only things that you need to turn in are to post to the discussion forums so that you guys can start to get to know each other and also be resources for one another. Okay, and there are links everywhere to all the discussion forums or to the videos that you need to watch on each of the daily lessons. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, I'm seeing some other things on the chat room. So yeah, go ahead and set your change your settings if you need to so that you can see the screen a lot better. That's the basic layout for the Moodle classroom. The other resources that you need, well, whenever you click on them, it'll open up in a new tab. Okay, so there's a little bit of a delay between what I'm saying and what you're seeing on YouTube, so that's why I'm pausing to give it some time to catch up. If you need to fix your preferences, that's all up here. There's two ways to do it. You can either go to your profile or you can go directly to preferences, and that'll help you to change your password, edit your profile, or set your settings for the forums. And one of the ways that you can actually track new posts is by going to the forum preferences. And this is really the only place that you can do this. So for me, I did highlight new posts so that as I go into the classroom, I can see exactly which forums have new additions. Okay. And you guys can do the same thing, or you don't have to at all. The other way to set your forum preferences is to go directly to the forum. Okay, let me go back to my courses here. And here's a direct link to all of the class forums. You can also, we also have 2 direct links. This Ask the Expert is really more for me if you have any questions for the instructor. And then the Ask the Class is to be able to get some feedback or have your questions answered by your classmates. And there's some good discussions already going on in there. So if you go to the class forums, this is the other way that you can adjust your settings. So this is great to see how many of you have already posted your discussions to the introductions, all right? This is going to be a great class. You guys are going to have a lot of fun together in Phoenix. If you want to get get emails about the different posts, then all you need to do is select one of these topics. And usually what they recommend is do the subjects only. I would highly recommend doing this for your industry. So that way you become aware of who is posting to your separate industry so you guys can connect with one another. This is something new that they've done with VWISE. This wasn't done in my class, and this is really helpful so you're not going through several emails to try and find out who you can, who's in your industry so that you guys can partner together. Okay.
And Sandra, I want to just jump in here to explain one of the columns.
So absolutely.
If you scroll all the way back up, you'll see next to the discussions column, it'll say unread posts. Mm-hmm. And what we found out with the last class, that doesn't mean that nobody's read your post. It means there are posts that you yourself have not read by other people. So it was a point of confusion last time. We weren't really sure what that column meant. Don't worry if you see unread posts there. It's not that your posts are not being read. That's there to show you really what else is new there since you last visited the system. So it's going to look different for Sandra versus me versus any student in the class, depending on what you've gone in and read already.
Okay, good. Yes, thank you for that clarification. So as you can see, I have a lot of posts to get caught up on, but my goal is to welcome each and every single one of you to this course, okay? So I don't mind, just keep them coming because I think it's great that you guys are connecting and reaching out to one another. Did I answer everything for the discussion forums, Kim?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, all right.
It's a learning process for me too. I learn something new about this system every time. Yeah, they keep updating Moodle. Yes, they do.
Yes. Another way to connect or just to get to know everybody is just to click on the participants and it'll give you the links to the different profiles. And again, this is something that you can update in your preferences by clicking on your name and then clicking on profile. So this has been great for those of you who've actually filled out your profile. I didn't do a very good job with mine, but for those, you can put your links to your websites and your social media platforms, and it's a great way to see what you guys have already done and just to get ideas of what other people are doing as well. Okay, so those are the key things about the Moodle classroom is how to adjust your preferences, how to access different files, as well as different the different daily lessons. Okay, every time you open up or select one of these files, it will open up in a new window, which is great because then you don't have to backtrack to find where you want to be. So let's go back to the Moodle tutorial, and you can download this if you like. Okay, but after a week, you probably won't need it. Most of you have already familiarized yourself with the classroom, and it's just like any online course where you just need to be able to find the buttons. If you guys, if you guys have any questions about this, let me know, and I'm still looking at the chat room to see if there are any other questions about this. All right, okay, good. Now let's go ahead and go over the syllabus because this is where you're going to find all of the assignments in here as well as in the actual classroom. I will also be sending out an email reminder every day so that just to help keep you guys on track of what needs to get done and what needs to actually be turned in. But the main thing is to turn in your discussion posts, okay? Because it's about connecting with one another, doing a little bit of research so that you can be prepared when you get to the conference, because there's going to be a lot of industry experts there that you can connect with who can help you and answer a lot of your questions. So this course is really just a process of self-discovery. It's an introduction to entrepreneurship. For those of you who are in the growth track, you will definitely find something to help you as you continue to move forward. It's all about the research and planning and connecting with other people so that you can find the answers that you need to create a strategy to help you. Okay, so basically, especially for this first page, here's all of our contact information. And if you should need some technical help, Jim Powers can help you out through the IVMF help desk. Okay, there are 2 required textbooks for this course, and I'm going to show those to you in a minute. And it's about 1 to 3 hours a day that you're expected to do the reading assignments as well as the individual assignments. So you'll get out of this course what you put into it, and I know it can be a lot when you're working full-time and raising a family, but just do the best you can, because this really is kind of the nature of entrepreneurship life. It's a really busy season, but there will be seasons of, where you have more work to do, and then there'll be times when you get to catch your breath. But it'll be worth it for what you're going to learn through this course and what you're going to gain through the conference. So the New Business Road Test, and again, those links are right here under course files. I've already opened it up for you. So the New Business Road Test looks like this. If you had asked during registration to receive the books, you should probably have those by now. And it's no big deal even if you don't have the books, because it's really easy. I'm going to go ahead and download this so you can see. It's not that bad working with digital files. As long as you have some sort of cloud storage like Dropbox or Google Drive, it becomes really easy to access this kind of stuff. I'm going to just show you a few tricks so that, so as you're going through the different readings, I'm farsighted. I do need to shrink this page a little just to be able to see, but hopefully you can still see this on the screen. But as you're going through the different pages, the way to mark them up, first of all, I expanded this toolbar so I could get the thumbnail view. But also, if you want to write on your book, all you need to do is click on comments, and it'll bring up a second toolbar. This will just make it a little bit easier to highlight things that you want so you can be able to find them. It's a challenge with any course when you're working with digital files, and this is the first class that we're doing this with, so please bear with us. But once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. So you can write all over your books and your PDFs, and then you'll be able to see it in the thumbnail view if you don't want to print out the whole thing. Okay, just the more you write on things, the easier it is to learn and remember things. So that's just a little trick for you guys. This is a great, oh, I'm sorry, let me switch back to this. This is a great book as you're doing your industry research to help guide you, as well as to give you some resources. The other book that's a required reading is the Nuts and Bolts Guide, okay? Yeah, okay, so I see that some of you are saying that this is really blurry. All right, just bear with us. You may need to adjust the settings on your screen, or just blow up. There's really no way to adjust this on a live stream. Normally, this is something that people would record and then zoom in so you can actually see what we're trying to tell you. So just let me know how it goes today, and if you want me to, I will try and record some stuff for you depending on what you need. So let's go back to the Nuts and Bolts Guide. I know that a lot of advisors will try to talk you out of using this guide, but it is a great guide. It's not just a checklist, but it is question prompted, and this has been a proven method for really the past 15 years. You do not need to answer every question as you're trying to put together not just a business plan, but maybe even just some planning for your business. Just answer the questions that apply to your industry. Okay, so that's just some quick tips about using the Nuts and Bolts Guide. Okay, so back to the syllabus. There are some other resources that are great for you. I know one of the assignments is looking up your NAICS code, and that link is here, and I think it's also in that lesson for that day that it's assigned. Is that right, Kim? Say that again, Sandy? I didn't hear you. Did you say that again?
Yeah, could you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the link to the NAICS codes, is that also on the assigned day?
I don't think that is, but I can put it on there. I'll make a note. I'll update that tonight and make sure it's there.
Okay, and it's no big deal. As I'm going through the daily emails, I will also add that link to the emails. Okay, because that question comes up a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely.
Okay, and I think we've covered a lot of this. So those individual assignments, like the feasibility analysis tool, let me show that to you really quick, just so you know what I'm talking about. And again, that's under course files. Hold on to these assignments. Okay, it's not opening up for me. But if you hold on to these assignments, especially if you attend any more of the different IVMF programs, you'll end up doing them again. But what's great is that you'll be at a whole different point in your venture, and you'll be able to actually be able to add more details. And it's just good to see how far you've come when you start filling these things out. Okay. Do we have any questions for now? All right. Okay, so if you see my screen go in and out, it's probably the internet. And that's really going to depend on who you're getting your service with. All right, so next Monday and the Monday after that, we're going to have office hours, and those links are going to be, they already are online, as well as the telephone lines. And I will send out another link if you want to hang out with us live on Google Hangouts. Okay, and then the rest of the syllabus gives you the assignments for each day.
And Sandra, I want to jump in with a note on the office hours. And just make sure everybody knows that, you know, there is really no content developed by you, Sandra, by the instructor there. You know, really that's, you know, your time as the instructor to be available to answer questions. So, you know, if you're going through the reading and something is, you know, one of the concepts is confusing to you, or, you know, you're not really sure, you know, how it might relate to the venture that you're trying to start, or, you know, you have a question about where you can go to find some more information because, you know, part of it is really important, and, you know, you need to do some more work there. You know, all those office hours are really driven by you and by your questions. And it's just part of the way to schedule in some time to make Sandra available to you, because even though she is available by email and things like that, sometimes it's nice to be able to have an ongoing discussion. So, and, you know, even if you don't have any questions at that time, I definitely recommend kind of joining and sitting in and watching. A lot of times the questions that other folks bring will bring out more questions. And it's a really great opportunity for a discussion. And Sandra is only available for these, you know, 15 business days of the course. So it's great to take advantage of her while we got her.
Right. You will learn a lot just by hearing other people's questions. And the chances are that if you have that question, somebody else in the class has that question too. So it's a really good learning experience. You don't need to wait to ask me questions during the office hours. Again, you can do it online through the Ask the Expert forum, as well as just emailing me or messaging me. If you do message me throughout the course website, there's a place for messaging like right here. And if you don't hear back from me within a day or two, please email me. I know I've had trouble receiving messages from Moodle in the past, and I want to make sure that that I answer your question. Okay. Just another thing I want to tell you guys, if you are applying for a patent, make sure you don't tell us anything about your product that needs to be patented, and the same goes for a trade secret. If you just want to send us examples like of what a competitor is doing, then that would be great, and we can give you feedback that way. But we don't want you to reveal anything that would affect your ability to get your patent or trade secret. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. What time is it? Okay, so we're almost, wow, okay. I've covered almost everything that I need to. Have I, Kim? Is there anything else I've left out?
No, I think we're good there.
Okay, so if you guys, I'm going to open it up for questions. If you're on the live hangout, let me go ahead and see if I can pull that back up. If you're on the live hangout, I'm happy to answer any questions you have, or you can type it into the chat room.
I know Avis had a couple questions she put up on Google Chat, and me being me, I'm having trouble finding it. So, Sandra, if you know where it is.
Okay, let me.
I have her questions. Hi, I'm Deanna, by the way, to everyone who's watching. I'm the new coordinator. So if you have any questions, you can always email me. It's right there in the syllabus, and I will get back to you within an hour, hopefully. So that's my goal, to get your questions answered. But I see your questions here. She was asking that should we only have the subjects checked in the email digest column for the industry we have interest in, is one of her questions.
Okay.
So wondering if she needs to follow all of the industry boards, as opposed to just the one she's interested in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can check whichever ones you're interested in. And actually, that would be a good thing. I find a lot of times that our students have more than one area, more than one industry that they want to start a business in. So it's a great way to learn from your peers.
Yeah, it might be a little overwhelming to try to follow. What are there, 12 to 15 of them? So certainly don't have to do all of them. But if you're thinking, between a couple different ideas, as many as you want.
He also asked if you again, but I don't know exactly when she asked that specifically. So maybe Avis, if you could post that again on Google Chat and I can read it. I can ask it for you, what you need reviewed again, because this is definitely the time for that.
Let's see. And we've got a couple questions coming in on YouTube as well. So we have Star, who asked, for a business focused on health, nutrition, and wellness coaching, which of the IDEA hot wash groups might be most appropriate? I actually got to pull those up.
Star, have you already posted? I would actually post that to several different groups because it falls under a bunch of different industries.
Yeah, I'm seeing it could be in education, it could be in healthcare and social assistance. I'm not sure. It could be in the professional one because of the consulting piece. So yeah, I agree. Post in a few of them for sure, because you could come at it from a bunch of different angles.
And this is actually a good question because a lot of this will apply to a lot of you. Many of your industries will overlap. So especially as you're trying to figure out your NAICS code, this is a good way to just kind of test and see where you fit. And a lot of it really depends on what a direct competitor is doing, especially when you're looking for your NAICS code. I know I had this problem, 4 years ago when I was trying to figure mine out because I want to go into government contracting. And I finally figured it out. And it's in the nuts and bolts guide too. If you look up a direct competitor and find their NAICS code, that will tell you what industry you're in. Okay, you'll probably have one primary NAICS and then several other alternate NAICS codes, and those are things that you would put into a capability statement. So yeah, it's not going to hurt you to go ahead and post things to the different industry discussion forums.
And Sandra, Avis did what she would like you to review, if you could again, is kind of briefly go over the note taking on the PDF of the book, if that's possible.
Sure. Okay, let me share my screen. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay. Do you guys see a PDF on the screen yet? Let me double check Google Hangouts.
We're not seeing it quite yet.
Okay.
If you are on YouTube and you don't see it, I didn't see it either, and then I reloaded the page with the circle arrow at the upper left, and it loaded, and I can see Sandra's screen now.
Okay.
Yep, there we go.
Let me see if this PDF comes up. Now, do you see the new business road test? No, I don't even see my own screen on the. Let me stop the screen share and select the right screen. Here we go. Okay, it should come up in a few minutes. It should come up really soon. Jessica, I see your email on YouTube. You should be enrolled in the course. You should not have to self-enroll. It depends on the email that you gave to VWISE. That's the one that they use for your enrollment. So if you gave them a different email, then you would use that one to sign into the course. And if it doesn't work, just reach out to the three of us and we're going to help you with that.
Yeah, Jessica, that might be our bad.
This has happened in every Boots to Business class that I've taught, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and they can delete you and re-add you with the correct email that you want. Okay, good. So everybody can see my screen. I'm gonna go back to the beginning, because when you download it, this is what your screen is gonna look like. Now, if you go to the left, and when you're teaching yourself new software program, if you just take your cursor and hover over something, just like don't move, and then sometimes it'll bring up a dialog box and it'll tell you what that button is for. In this case, it didn't. It'll expand this left-hand toolbar. Go to the very top icon, and it's not showing me any directions. I just know because it shows the different pages. So if you're a visual learner and you remember pictures better, just click on that. Just remember that those are the page thumbnail views. So now you'll be able to scroll down really quickly through each page and be able to see where you've highlighted or written all over. Okay, now to actually bring the stuff up so that you can write, it's on the right-hand toolbar. And they just changed this. They moved everything around, and so depending on what version you're using, it's either on the right-hand side or it's on the top row. Okay, all you need to do is just kind of hover and see if it brings up a comment box like this one that just popped up. Okay, so once you have it set up this way, then you can take your highlighter, you can change the color, you can highlight anything that you want to stand out that's really important. And I'm going to go ahead and go to different pages so you can see how when you're scrolling down, all you have to do is just look for the different colors or where you've diagrammed over. Okay, this becomes really helpful when you need to put something together quickly and you don't even remember what page you read it on. Okay, I do this all the time just because I am a visual learner and I need to be able to see things in color or in picture as much as possible. So it really depends on your learning style. If you're a hands-on learner, then this will definitely help you. If you click on any of these text boxes, then you can write yourself notes and put in a color that really stands out. So when you're looking at the thumbnail view, it'll pop out and you can just go directly to that page. Good when you're working with the IBIS reports. Those you can get through a business counselor or through a library. Don't pay for them, just get the free version, and then you can mark up the important things for your industry research. That's what's really going to help you develop a strategy. Okay, so now it becomes a little bit easier to see the stuff that is important that I need to put either in a business plan or that I need to remember to ask a mentor about, or or whatever you need to do. I hope this makes sense. And then if you can't see the thumbnail view, you can enlarge everything so that you can see it. Okay, it really depends on how you learn. Just use it to the way that suits you the best. Does this make sense? Okay, so I see another comment. What hot wash for retail, merchandising, and apparel? Let me see. Kim, can you answer that off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head.
Retail, merchandising, and apparel. Let me see.
We have a manufacturing
It's
one.
manufacturing.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to say that if you're looking for your NAICS codes, if you are producing a product, especially apparel, any product, then you really do fall under manufacturing. And it doesn't make any sense, but because you're creating something, you're in the manufacturing industry, even if you're not an actual manufacturer, because at some point you're going to go to a manufacturer to help mass produce things.
Looks like we have a retail trade industry one up there as well. We kind of followed the general categories that the NAICS codes were under. So there's a couple different ones there that might work. I know we had a question a little bit back about where you would fall into for ministry for children. You know, and for that one, I'd kind of think about, you know, is it primarily, you know, an educational ministry? Is it, you know, to kind of, you know, provide needed social services to children? We don't have a hot wash discussion board for ministry, you know, but think about what the goal of that ministry is, and you might find you fit under, you know, either the education or the social services hot wash boards.
Avis also has one more question. She's asking, what is the difference between tracking and subscribing on the forum page?
If you subscribe, then you will probably get all of the email notifications that come in. If you're tracking, you can select whether you just want to read, whether you just want to be notified for new posts or unread posts. You'll just have to look at it and see how it's set up. But it does seem like they should be the same thing. I hope that makes sense. Does that sound right to you, Kim?
Yes.
I know that when I set it up under my preferences, I selected notify me of new posts. So another question is, does track show unread and subscribe send updates? I believe it does. I've only subscribed to one discussion forum. Okay, good. Lisa, your question, how did all of you get your video set up on YouTube? Is that for me or is that for everybody?
It better not be for me, because I don't know. Sandra did magic.
And this is a good question, because we should all be working on our branding anyway. So set up a YouTube channel for either for your company or for your personal brand. This is a great way to test your market, especially when you don't know if anybody's going to buy from you. And then you can actually see if you get any subscribers and any interest. Okay, you can see people because I set this up on Google Hangouts. So if you have a Gmail account, I asked anyone who wanted to be on the live Hangout to send me their Gmail account, and I sent them a direct link, and that's why you get to see everybody's faces. It's kind of fun. It's nice to have somebody to talk to other than my webcam. So I'm really pleased that you guys joined us on Google Hangouts. Super. Keep the questions coming. Okay.
I'm not sure we fully addressed was from Casey. She's having a hard time trying to figure out how she gets her NAICS code, and I think that goes back to, some of those are pretty outdated. Like certain IT fields kind of fall under like the telephonic industry right now. Like it is a little bit of digging through that website to kind of figure out where you might be a best fit. And it really is a best fit in a lot of cases. A lot of times it's not going to be exactly, it's kind of the best system we have at the moment. But that's something one of us could maybe help you out with if you let us know which couple you're looking at and a little bit more about what you're doing. We might be able to help out with that.
Yeah, this can be a real challenge. So the best way to go about that is research your competitors and see what their NAICS codes are. And sometimes you'll find that nobody really has your NAICS, because with a lot of small businesses, you cater to such a small niche market that you overlap several different industries. So that's one way to do it. Okay. So from Ellenwood Village PC, I'm working in agriculture and livestock farming. I need direction on this. Oh, wait, your chat disappeared. I already have a computer repair and training facility. Okay, great. So you're switching industries. Is that correct? Agriculture and livestock farming. Yeah, I think this really depends on what you want to do with agriculture. Why don't you email me, or I can go look at your discussion and we can talk about this some more. This is a great way for you guys to help each other out, because until you know specifically what your value proposition is, it's kind of hard to come up with a plan. Okay, good, great questions. Seed and feed. Okay, so all right. When we are off of YouTube, go ahead and send me some links to your competitors, both direct and indirect, and we can come up with something. Okay. I'm going to put in a plug for Boots to Business. We have 15 days together, and there's 200 ladies. So it's going to be really limited on the type of feedback I can give you. And this course is compressed, like really compressed. So I actually found when I was a student in Boots to Business that course load was a lot more manageable. So if you're looking for that kind of hands-on feedback from your instructor, that course will really help you out. It's free. Boots to Business or Boots to Business Reboot. All right, good. How do nonprofits fit into this? Casey, what are we talking about? Fit into the different industries, or can you be real specific and tell me? Okay, and while you're typing that in, I see a new question from Karen. Would I be able to connect with any of the SBA local offices around me to get support? Boy, when you start showing up to their events, they're just going to wrap their arms around you. I hope you all know what an important role you have in our economy. Like what, one out of 3 new jobs is produced by small businesses. So yeah, all you need to do is just show up to something, say, can you put me on your mailing list so I know what classes are coming up or what resources are available, or can I just come and meet with you and talk about my idea? They are going to embrace you and help you. So you go and do that, because you'll be surprised at how much everybody wants to help you. They want to see you succeed. Is it all free? Some of it is free and some of it is not. Sometimes people will hold a training and charge you a little bit to get you to come. So that's a good practice for you guys to get in the habit of. So if you're going to offer something, offer it even if it's at a low price, because people will feel like if they had to pay for it, that they need to get their money's worth. All right. So yeah, a lot of this stuff especially what IVMF offers is either free or at low cost, as well as the SBA. It really depends on what services that you need. Okay, good. Thank you, Stacy, for the great comment about Boots to Business. Okay, so Casey, like a charity. So how do nonprofits fit into this? It's okay. You know what? As we're going through the different discussion forums, I'll be able to give you some more feedback. Feel free to reach out to me at any time for that. All right, good.
Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Avis. And I just wanted to ask, I'm sorry, I just wanted to ask a quick question about the discussion forum. What's the difference between discussions and the unread post again? When you see the different numbers there, what are they representing?
Okay, it might be easier if I show you my screen. Do you want to see my screen, or do you just want me to talk about it?
Sure, you can show your screen, that's fine.
Okay. Let me find the right screen. Okay. I have a lot of screens open up and I can't even find the right one that's showing up online. Okay, I'm just going to talk about this then. Let me start closing things out so I can find the right screen. Okay, one more time. Okay, let's go to the class forums. Okay, so the difference between tracking. So under discussions, this tells me that 93 of you have posted a discussion, and I have 161 of them that I have left to read. I have not subscribed to this forum, but I have subscribed to, let me find it. It's all the way down here, this one, okay? So in this forum, 3 of you in the Ask the Expert forum, if you can't see my screen, 3 of you have posted a discussion and I only have 2 to read. So that's why I subscribe to this forum. No, really, I will be going through all this to reply to everybody, but that's the difference between the discussions and the tracking. Does that make sense? And really, that's because I set my preferences up here under preferences. And you may not see this on your screen if you didn't set it up under forum preferences. You don't have to be notified every time there's a new post. But for me, that's the only way I can keep track of all the different posts. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to find the new discussions and be able to reply to them. Does that make sense, Avis? Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. All right. Good.
I want to make sure we get to one from Kathy as well, because I don't think we answered it. Kathy's looks like you're reaching out to your local SBDC and are wondering if that would count as your SBA mentor through the Small Business Administration. And honestly, it would. That's the SBDCs are part of the SBA network. And, you know, depending on where you are in the country, there's going to be, you know, maybe the Small Business Development Center is the closest office to you, or maybe it's a Women's Business Center that's the closest office to you, or maybe it's a Veteran Business Outreach Center that's closest to you. There's a huge variety of resources available through the SBA network, you know, and really it's less about, you know, kind of ticking that box and more about finding a mentor that really works for you. You know, all the offices are very different. There's different personalities there. You know, they have different levels of busyness, I guess. So, you know, I would reach out to any and all of those resources and find who you click with as far as the mentors that are available.
Yes, good. And I wouldn't limit yourself to just one mentor. You'll find that as you connect with the different business counselors in your area, you'll find that some of them are good at different things. So I go to the same person for help with my economic model. And then another lady is really good with marketing, with the Google AdWords and the social media platforms. So connect with as many people as you can. Okay, I hope that answered your question, Kathy.
Looks good.
Okay, good. Anybody else? I don't see anything else coming into the chat rooms.
Looking pretty clear on YouTube.
Okay.
I was scrolling back up and ignored anybody else. No, just kidding.
We got one.
All right. So Pat's wondering, is it better to find a local mentor, or can we find someone who mentors online or over the telephone?
Honestly, I would find as many different mentors as you can, both local as well as online. It's funny, I live in Oklahoma. The area it's not considered rural, but it is underserved. And a lot of the mentors I have are outside of the area. And it's really because of my industry. It's a technology. I'm in a technology industry. I don't have all those resources here. So connect with anybody who's willing to help you, okay, and who believes in your venture and your vision. Tori,
I'm wondering, Tori, if you're accessing by YouTube only, we won't be able to see you. You will be able to see us. To engage by video, we'd need you to hop onto Google Plus for that. So the next webinar that comes around, we'll be posting the link. And we can try to get you on that one.
yeah, and if you do want to join us on Google, you will have to have an account. I know, like this How to Win Business Plan Competitions one, that is a Gmail account, but I have an app. I have Google Apps for work, and because I use my domain for good, great questions. Anybody else? Kim, do you have anything else before we wrap things up? Anybody else?
Thank you so much for your time and for taking us through that, Sandra. I know Moodle is kind of intimidating when I first started out for me, so it's good even for me to have a refresher.
Before we wrap things up?
Thank you so much for your time and for taking us through that.
Okay, good. Sure, it was my pleasure. If you guys have any more questions.
Thank you so much for your time and for taking us through that.
I'm sorry. Ellen, do you have something you want to tell us? And I don't have your first name. I know your company name is Ellenwood. Okay. All right, please don't hesitate to reach out to us both online through Moodle as well as through email. And I will see all of you tomorrow. It's great that so many of you have already participated and the course hasn't even started. So we are really excited. This is a great class. You guys are gonna have a great time at the conference. So I will see you guys online, and I'm gonna actually be responding to those posts so I can get those numbers down. All right, thanks so much everyone, and we'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye.